नमः। ओम विष्णुपादाय कृष्णप्रेष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्तिवेदांत स्वामिन्निति नामिने नमस्ते सारस्वते देवे गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे निर्विशेष शून्यवादी पाश्चात्य देशतारिणे जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौरभक्तवृंदा हरे कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्णा हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे. Hare Krishna. Welcome to all the devotees on this auspicious day of Vyasa Puja, the Avirbhav appearance day of His Divine Grace, A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada, Vishwaguru and Founder-Acharya of the International Society for Krishna Consciousness. First event on today's series of events will be the offering of the Vyasa Puja book to the Mula Vigraha of Srila Prabhupada and reading of the Vyasa Puja offering. I invite His Grace Suvikta Narasimha Prabhu, President Hare Krishna Movement Chennai and governing body member of Worldwide Hare Krishna Movement, to offer the Vyasa Puja book to the Mula Vigraha of Srila Prabhupada. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Jai Prabhupada, Jaya Prabhupada, Prabhupada. Jai Prabhupada, Jaya Srila Prabhupada. Jai Prabhupada, Jaya Prabhupada, Prabhupada. Jai Prabhupada, Jaya Srila Prabhupada. Jai Prabhupada, Jaya Prabhupada, Prabhupada. Jai Prabhupada, Jaya Srila Prabhupada. Jai Prabhupada, Jaya Prabhupada, Prabhupada. Jai Prabhupada, Jaya Srila Prabhupada. Jai Prabhupada, Jaya Prabhupada, Prabhupada. Jai Prabhupada, Jaya Srila Prabhupada. Jai Prabhupada, Jaya Prabhupada, Prabhupada. Jai Prabhupada, Jaya Srila Prabhupada. Jai Prabhupada, Jaya Prabhupada, Prabhupada. Jai Prabhupada, Jaya Srila Prabhupada. Jai Prabhupada, Jaya Prabhupada, Prabhupada. Jai Prabhupada, Jaya Srila Prabhupada. Jaya Prabhupada, Jaya Prabhupada, Prabhupada. Jaya 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 Prabhupada. Jaya Prabhupada, 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 Jaya Prabhupada. Vishwaguru Srila Prabhupada,
Jagadguru Srila Prabhupada,
Vishwaguru Srila Prabhupada,
Vishwaguru Srila Prabhupada,
Jaya Jaya Gurudev Prabhupada, Gurudev 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 Prabhupada.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare,
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare,
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare,
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare,
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare,
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Hare.
Jaya Vishwaguru Srila Prabhupada, Vishwaguru Srila Prabhupada,
Jaya Vishwaguru Srila Prabhupada, Vishwaguru Srila Prabhupada.
Jaya Prabhupada, Jaya Prabhupada, Prabhupada, Jaya Prabhupada,
Jaya Prabhupada, Jaya Prabhupada, Prabhupada, Jaya Prabhupada,
Jaya Jaya Prabhupada, 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 Prabhupada,
Jaya Jaya Prabhupada, 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 Prabhupada.
Srila Prabhupada ki
Jai.
jai. Some interesting information for everybody, for all the devotees. We have just now offered one volume of the Vyasa Puja book. What you are seeing is not the entire thing. It's just one volume which we have offered to Prabhupada, where the Chennai temples homages are also covered. So, as all of you are aware, it is the duty of every devotee to offer glorification to one's spiritual master every year, at least once. Of course, we are supposed to glorify the spiritual master 3 times every day. But formally, we offer glorification to the spiritual master by writing a homage for the spiritual master, especially on the day of appearance of the spiritual master. So, Srila Prabhupada's Vyasa Puja, today, Srila Prabhupada's Divine Appearance Day, and we are celebrating that. And on this occasion, entire book of homages written by devotees from all over the world is being offered across the globe in all the temples of Prabhupada. So, last year from Chennai, we had 133 homages offered to Prabhupada, and this year it is 178. Haribol. From all our centers, from all of Srila Prabhupada's ISKCON temples and centers all over the world, last year there were 7,218 homages offered. This year it is 8,674. Haribol. So these homages, 8,000 plus homages have been offered by devotees from all over the world. Initiated devotees in 2024 was 1,522. This 2025, it is 1,696 devotees, initiated devotees have submitted their offerings for Prabhupada. Apart from initiated devotees, there are many more thousands of devotees who have all been impacted positively by Prabhupada's instructions, and all of them have also submitted their glorification for Prabhupada. So last year, there were 5,696 such devotees apart from the initiated devotees. This year, it is 6,978 devotees. Almost 7,000 devotees. So you can see the impact, the reach that Prabhupada is having upon devotees all over the world through his Srila Prabhupada's ISKCON, which is spreading Prabhupada's pure messages all over the world to all the devotees. Vishwaguru Srila Prabhupada ki jai.
Now we will proceed to reading of the Vyasa Puja offerings given by devotees of ISKCON Bangalore group. First, I request His Grace Suvikta Narasimha Prabhu to read out the Vyasa Puja offering of His Grace Madhu Pandit Prabhu, Chairman of the World Hare Krishna, Chairman of Akshay Patra Foundation, President of ISKCON Bangalore, Chairman of Vrindavan Chandrodaya Mandir, and the Chief Mentor of the Global Hare Krishna Movement.
Hare Krishna. Today I am having the honor of reading out His Grace Madhu Pandit Prabhu's offering to Srila Prabhupada on Prabhupada's Vyasa Puja. So it's a long offering. I am told it's about 12 pages, so please hear attentively and with patience. Dear Srila Prabhupada, please accept my humble obeisances. All glories to Srila Prabhupada. On the auspicious occasion of Vyasa Puja 2025, I express my profuse gratitude to your divine grace for protecting our devotional services, especially to the deities of Hare Krishna Hill, by blessing us all with a victory in the Supreme Court. From the beginning, the conflict was never with the other camp of ISKCON, considering that we are one of the ISKCONs. It has been only with the self-made gurus in the other camp, who are now majority leaders in their highest managing body, GBC. After 25 years of the intense conflict with these leaders, our victory in the Supreme Court is nothing other than a direct blessing of Srila Prabhupada, who has vindicated our stand that only the Ritvik system should be followed in ISKCON. Most certainly, blessing ISKCON Bangalore group of temples to continue the Ritvik system. Today, there are thousands of devotees who come across ISKCON and get attracted to Srila Prabhupada's teachings, deity worship, and all other devotional practices that Srila Prabhupada established in ISKCON. Innumerable sincere followers of Srila Prabhupada have been kept in the dark about his divine grace's order by many kinds of false propaganda devices of the self-made gurus of ISKCON against those who profess faith in the Ritvik system of initiation. Before I begin my humble offering to glorify His divine grace, Srila Prabhupada, I seek forgiveness in advance from all Vaishnavas within ISKCON, as my presentation will primarily focus on exposing serious institutional deviations by ISKCON leadership following Srila Prabhupada's disappearance Leela. Forgiveness, because although some leaders have disobeyed Srila Prabhupada's clear institutional directives and chosen to become self-appointed gurus, their sincere and vigorous services in building this movement prior to 1977 cannot be forgotten and deserve appreciation. However, truth must be spoken to protect ISKCON from this serious deviation, as our foremost duty is to Srila Prabhupada, the Founder-Acharya, and the greatest of all Vaishnavas in this institution and his mission. When his divine vision and mission are compromised through institutional disobedience, we must speak up, not out of spite, but out of love and loyalty to Srila Prabhupada. It would be a grave negligence of duty to remain silent about these blunders, many of which the GBC themselves have acknowledged. I must choose to remain silent and neglect my service to Srila Prabhupada and the youth of ISKCON who dedicate their lives to this movement, or voice these truths even if it causes discomfort to some. While I remain deeply respectful and beg forgiveness from all sincere Vaishnavas, I am also aware of Srila Prabhupada's prediction that when the Acharya disappears, there is always the danger of unauthorized principles being introduced in the movement. Quoting from Srimad Bhagavatam, 4th canto, 28th chapter, 48th verse, purport. Whenever the Acharya comes following the superior orders of the Supreme Personality of Godhead or his representative, he establishes the principles of religion. Unfortunately, when the Acharya disappears, rogues and non-devotees take advantage and immediately begin to introduce unauthorized principles. The Acharya, the authorized representative of the Supreme Lord, establishes the principles of religion, but when he disappears, things once again become disordered. The perfect disciples of the Acharya try to relieve the situation by sincerely following the instructions of the spiritual master. Srila Prabhupada, the recent victory bestowed upon us by you is not only an enormous relief against attacks by the ISKCON self-made guru leaders and their misled followers who attempted to expel the devotees of ISKCON Bangalore from the movement. An even greater impact of this victory is that it marks the completion of the foundation work of the last 25 years of building an ISKCON, where you alone shall be the Diksha Guru forever. Issuance of July 9th Directive and its disobedience. The July 9th, 1977 Directive was issued by Srila Prabhupada just 4 months before his disappearance past time. This directive leaves no ambiguity in the matter of stating how the 11 people named therein would act as the representative of the Acharya, called Ritviks, and making all new entrants in ISKCON as disciples of Srila Prabhupada. Further, in the recorded conversation in which Srila Prabhupada named these Ritviks, he says more can be appointed by the GBC. Thus, he not only named 11 Ritviks, but also established the procedure for new Ritviks to be appointed in future to perpetuate this system forever in ISKCON. However, being very young in spiritual life, these 11 Ritviks began disobeying Srila Prabhupada's orders in 1978 by keeping the July 9th Directive under wraps. They declared themselves the next Acharyas, blatantly lying to the ISKCON community that Srila Prabhupada had appointed them as Acharyas. On inquiring from many of the old temple presidents, we have come to know that they had never received a copy of the July 9th Directive, although it is addressed to all the GBCs and temple presidents. These 11 ambitious devotees conspired to divide the world into 11 zones, exactly like cutting a cake into 11 pieces, and became the supremos. Followers in these zones owed absolute allegiance to the self-declared zonal Acharya of that zone, similar to the absolute allegiance that was offered to Srila Prabhupada. Thus, the schism caused by Acharya zones in ISKCON began in the GBC meeting of 1978. They even professed that they were Mahabhagavata Uttama Adhikaris, until one by one they started morally falling from grace to extreme disgrace and leaving the movement in less than 10 years after Srila Prabhupada's departure. A statement from a senior GBC member admitted that they were only appointed as Ritviks. Ravindra Swarup Prabhu in the San Diego debate 1990, it is a fact that Srila Prabhupada never said, all right, here is the next Acharya or here is the next 11 Acharyas and they are authorized gurus for the movement for the world. He did not do that. Although the zonal Acharya system was officially discontinued by the GBC in 1986, it was soon replaced by a new model wherein more gurus were appointed by the GBC and authorized to initiate disciples anywhere in the world without any zonal boundaries. Unfortunately, this has given rise to a new kind of fragmentation within ISKCON. Today, most ISKCON temples are dominated by disciples of a single guru, creating exclusive temple Acharya camps in the place of the zonal Acharya camps. This is an undeniable reality in ISKCON today. As a result, ISKCON temples across the globe have become associated with particular gurus, and the pattern remains consistent. It is evident that a movement cannot remain unified under such a multiple guru structure within a single institution. According to Vaishnava philosophy, loyalty to one's Diksha Guru is unwavering and cannot be secondary to loyalty towards the institution itself. This conflict has visibly weakened ISKCON as an institution over the decades, especially with several guru-based factions causing various internal crises. Any division within the parts of any system inevitably drains the energy of the whole. Even from the standpoint of institutional unity, the Ritvik system of initiation, where all disciples are initiated on behalf of Srila Prabhupada, offers a cohesive alternative that preserves his legacy and the foundational vision of ISKCON. It is a brilliant, transcendental, innovative system that helps maintain unity and integrity. In this regard, it was interesting to discover the phrase Acharya Sampradaya in the following quote of Srila Prabhupada from the Srimad Bhagavatam, purport to 10th canto, 2nd chapter, 32nd verse. The Acharya gives the suitable method for crossing the ocean of nescience by accepting the boat of the Lord's lotus feet. And if this method is strictly followed, the followers will ultimately reach the destination by the grace of the Lord. This method is called Acharya Sampradaya. It is therefore said, Sampradaya Vihinaye Mantraste Nishphalamataha, Padma Purana. The Acharya Sampradaya is strictly bona fide. Therefore, one must accept the Acharya Sampradaya, otherwise one's endeavor will be futile. That was the Srila Prabhupada's purport. In the Acharya Sampradaya, every detail that we follow in ISKCON, whether it is 16 rounds, 4 regulatory principles, organizational structure, or Diksha system, always has to be designed by Srila Prabhupada, a pure confidential devotee of Krishna coming in disciplic succession. The following resolution of GBC recorded in 1975 in a GBC meeting in the physical presence of Srila Prabhupada states, resolved, the GBC Governing Body Commission has been established by His Divine Grace, A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada, to represent him in carrying out the responsibility of managing the International Society for Krishna Consciousness, of which he is the Founder-Acharya and Supreme Authority. The GBC accepts as its life and soul his divine instructions and recognizes that it is completely dependent on his mercy in all respects. The GBC has no other function or purpose other than to execute the instructions so kindly given by his divine grace and preserve and spread his teachings to the world in their pure form. It is to be noted that Srila Prabhupada remains the supreme authority of ISKCON, and GBC can have no other purpose than to execute his instructions. And in his final declaration of will dated 4th June 1977, Srila Prabhupada records, the system of management will continue as it is now, and there is no need of any change. The Ritvik system is simply a management system of initiation in ISKCON. Srila Prabhupada says in his will that there is no need to change anything that is going on as on the date of his will. But unfortunately, the GBC has, without authorization, changed it to a multiple guru system of initiation. Srila Prabhupada had apprehensions of the GBC spoiling everything. What will happen when I am not here? Have everything be spoiled by the GBC? Prabhupada's letter to Rupanuga on 4th of April 1972. Ritvik system is a perfect system to keep the institution intact, that is clearly meant to last for thousands of years without schisms, as a united force to fight Maya. Only Srila Prabhupada can unite us. Srila Prabhupada's Ritvik system automatically fosters the ultimate primary loyalty of heart to Srila Prabhupada as the Diksha Guru by all generations to come. Everyone else can be a Shiksha Guru of anyone and everyone based on the merit of their contribution in assisting Diksha disciples of Srila Prabhupada. In fact, Srila Prabhupada expressed such a vision in a letter as early as 1974. Quote, the GBC should all be the instructor gurus. I am the initiator guru and you should be instructor guru by teaching what I am teaching and doing what I am doing. Unquote. Letter to Madhudvisha on 4th of July 1974. Who can become a Diksha Guru? In reference to Gaudiya Math, Srila Prabhupada wrote, quote, if everyone just initiates, there will be contradictory result. As long as it goes on, there will be only failure. Unquote. Srila Prabhupada, Falguna Krishna Panchami, verse 23, 1961. One more quote, the result is now everyone is claiming to be Acharya, even though they may be Kanishta Adhikari with no ability to preach. In some of the camps, the Acharya is being changed 3 times a year. Therefore, we may not commit the same mistake in our ISKCON camp. Unquote. Letter to Rupanuga on 28th of April, 1974. Though Srila Prabhupada warned us that this should not happen in ISKCON, it is unfortunately a fact that it has happened and continues to happen in ISKCON. Therefore, unfortunately and obviously, the GBC has committed a big mistake in spite of Srila Prabhupada's warning. Srila Prabhupada's books and conversations contain instructions only to be instructor gurus or Shiksha Gurus. As per his teachings, the qualification of a Shiksha Guru can range from Kanishta Adhikari to Madhyama Adhikari or highly advanced self-realized Uttama Adhikari. There is a standing order from Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu for everyone to become a Shiksha Guru. Quote, he asked everyone, just become Guru. follow his instruction, you become guru. Amar Ajnai, don't manufacture ideas. Amar Ajnai, what I say you do, you become guru. Where is the difficulty? And what is your Ajna? Yare dekho, tare kaho Krishna Upadesh. Bas. Everything is there in the Bhagavad Gita. You simply repeat. That's all. You become guru. To become a guru is not difficult job. Follow Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and speak what Krishna has said. Bas, you become guru. Unquote. This is from a conversation with Srila Prabhupada on April 15th, 1977 in Bombay. The teachings of Srila Prabhupada are unequivocal about the qualifications of an initiated guru or Diksha guru. He has to be on the level of an Uttama Adhikari, a Vaishnava of highest advancement and nothing less. This is the reason the scriptures prescribe the inviolable direction that one has to be specifically ordered or authorized by the predecessor Acharya as per Diksha Vidhana to act as a Diksha guru who endorses his qualifications. Quote, one should take initiation from a bona fide spiritual master coming in the disciplic succession who is authorized by his predecessor spiritual master. This is called Diksha Vidhana. Unquote. Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto 4, Chapter 8, verse 54 purport. One more quote, try to understand, don't go very speedily. A guru can become guru when he is ordered by his guru. That's all. Otherwise, nobody can become guru. Unquote. From a lecture on the Bhagavad Gita, recorded on 28th of October, 1975. Srila Prabhupada teaches who can be a guru as seen from these quotes. Quote, a spiritual master is always liberated. Unquote. Letter to Tamal Krishna Maharaj. Quote, the pure devotee is always free from the clutches of Maya and influence. Unquote. Srimad Bhagavatam purport. Quote, there is no possibility that a first-class devotee will fall down. Unquote. Chaitanya Charitamrita Madhya Leela. Quote, the guru must be situated on the topmost platform of devotional service. There are 3 classes of devotees and the guru must be accepted from the topmost class. Unquote. Chaitanya Charitamrita Madhya Leela purport. Quote, when one has attained the topmost position of Mahabhagavata, he is to be accepted as a guru and worshipped exactly like Hari, the personality of Godhead. Only such a person is eligible to occupy the post of a guru. However, if one is highly qualified but is not a Vaishnava, he cannot be accepted as a guru. Unquote. Chaitanya Charitamrita Madhya Leela. Quote, on the whole, you may know that he is not a liberated person and therefore he cannot initiate any person to Krishna consciousness. It requires special spiritual benediction from higher authorities. Unquote. Letter to Jadurani. And the reason for fall down of gurus can be understood from this statement of Srila Prabhupada. Quote, sometimes a spiritual master is not properly authorized and only on his own initiative becomes a spiritual master. He may be carried away by an accumulation of wealth and a large number of disciples. Unquote. Nectar of devotion. Difference between principle, desire and order. There is another strong propaganda devised by the GBC of the other camp of ISKCON, by which innocent new devotees who come to ISKCON are being diverted from the truth of Srila Prabhupada's Ritvik system. It is pointing out quotes of Srila Prabhupada wherein he wanted or wished or desired that his disciples become Diksha Gurus as per the law of disciplic succession, which states that the present disciples becomes the next spiritual masters. In order not to fall into the mind trap of such false propaganda, one has to be careful to understand difference between the following 3 kinds of statements of Srila Prabhupada. Number 1, Srila Prabhupada's statement explaining the law of disciplic succession. And number 2, Srila Prabhupada's statements expressing his desire that his present disciples qualify and become next Diksha Gurus. And number 3, Srila Prabhupada's statements about the need for a specific order for a disciple to become next Diksha Guru from his Guru after having qualified. Quotes of first 2 types are not sufficient by themselves to become Diksha Guru. Srila Prabhupada has made it clear that unless one is specifically ordered by his Guru to become Guru, he cannot become Guru. For instance, the quote below is his wish or intent which is different from his order. Quote, I shall produce some Gurus. I shall say who is Guru. Now you become Acharya. You can cheat but it will not be effective. Just see our Gaudiya Math. Everyone wanted to be a Guru. A small temple and Guru. What kind of Guru? Unquote. Morning Conversation, 22nd of April, 1977. Again he warns, quote, don't become premature Acharya. First of all, follow the orders of the Acharya and you become mature. Unquote. Lecture given in Mayapur on 6th of April, 1975. Desires of Srila Prabhupada is obviously expressed in different times that all his disciples become gurus, but that by itself is not sufficient for one to become a guru. A specific order of Srila Prabhupada is a must. It only means that they become eligible to be ordered to become guru, provided they were qualified. Just like when one is 18 years of age, he is eligible to get a driving license. That is the law. But that is not sufficient condition to start driving. One has to qualify by being trained in driving and then be authorized with a license to start driving. One has to separate these three kinds of statements of Srila Prabhupada. A principle of disciplic succession stated by Srila Prabhupada, or his wish that someone becomes a Diksha Guru, is not equal to his order for everyone to become Diksha Gurus. Such an order was never given by Srila Prabhupada. GBC changes Diksha Guru philosophy. The GBC started approving or authorizing new Gurus beyond the first 11 from 1986. By 1986, 6 of the 11 had already fallen from grace. Then the new Gurus started falling from grace. The GBC became a laughing stock in the ISKCON community. To explain this to the followers, they changed the original philosophy of Srila Prabhupada. Srila Prabhupada taught that a Guru has to be an Uttamadhikari and hence cannot fall down. GBC changed it saying that Kanishta or Madhyama also can all be Diksha Gurus in ISKCON and hence can fall into Maya. To escape the embarrassment of the GBC authorized Gurus falling down, the GBC made further changes, saying that it will no longer authorize new Gurus in ISKCON and will only bless anyone who wishes to be Guru, provided there were no objections from anyone, anywhere in the world. Thus, they have now formally established a system of self-made Gurus. There is no Vaishnava tradition wherein an institution appoints Diksha Gurus or gives no objection certificates to someone to become a Diksha Guru. Srila Prabhupada says about self-made Gurus, quote, "Therefore he is not Guru. Self-made Guru cannot be Guru. He must be authorized by the bona fide Guru. Then he is Guru. This is the fact." Similarly, bona fide Guru means he must be authorized by the superior Guru. He must receive the order from the superior. And the superior must be bona fide. Then he is bona fide, not self-made, unquote. Lecture, October 13, 1972, given in Vrindavan. In spite of experimenting and failing at the zonal Acharya system, then again failing in the institution-made Guru system, then again continue to fail in the self-made Guru system, it is unfortunate that the GBC of the other ISKCON camp still does not want to follow the system of initiation of the July 9th, 1977 directive given by Srila Prabhupada himself that we have been following for the last 25 years in ISKCON Bangalore. The reason that the GBC cannot give up the self-made Guru system is because they stumbled at the very first step in 1977 when they assumed the role of Diksha Gurus without any direct order from Srila Prabhupada. Having since initiated thousands of disciples, they now find themselves unable to reverse course. There seems to be no hope at all for the other ISKCON camp to ever fall in line again. Today, ISKCON is largely composed of these Gurus' followers, with only a few of Srila Prabhupada's original disciples remaining, and most of them have become self-made Gurus themselves. Srila Prabhupada explains in a conversation why Gaudiya Math failed. Quote, "Why this Gaudiya Matha fell? Because they tried to become more than Guru. Before passing away, he gave all direction and never said that this man should be next Acharya. But these people, just after passing away, they began to fight, who shall be Acharya? That is the failure. They never thought, why Guru Maharaj gave us instruction so many things, why he did not say that this man should be Acharya. They wanted to create artificially somebody Acharya and everything failed. They did not consider even with common sense that if Guru Maharaj wanted to appoint somebody as Acharya, why did he not say? He said so many things, and this point he missed. The real point, let them declare some unfit person to become Acharya, then another man comes, and another, and another. So better remain a foolish person perpetually to be directed by Guru Maharaj. That is perfection. And as soon as they learn that Guru Maharaj is dead, now I am so advanced that I can kill my Guru and then become, unquote. Keeping Srila Prabhupada in the center of devotees' lives. As a result, the original spirit and identity of ISKCON has visibly changed. The accusation that self-appointed Gurus have hijacked the movement becomes evident from this perspective. Despite various Guru reform attempts in the other ISKCON camp, efforts to keep Srila Prabhupada at the center are superficial because according to his teachings and practices from 1966 to 1977, the Diksha Guru must be the central figure in a disciple's spiritual life. Srila Prabhupada, as the Diksha Guru of everyone, automatically becomes the center of the hearts of all ISKCON devotees. The sidelining of Srila Prabhupada post-1977 is a self-inflicted and structural issue, not merely circumstantial. As in management, structural flaws cannot be fixed with cosmetic changes. The real solution lies in transforming the initiation system to align with Srila Prabhupada's July 9th directive. The court cases, expansion of ISKCON Bangalore, and our peace offer. Following the failure of the Guru system within ISKCON, in 1998, ISKCON Bangalore adopted the Ritvik system of initiation based on the July 9th directive, where new initiates accepted Srila Prabhupada as their Diksha Guru. This decision angered senior ISKCON leaders in the GBC. In 1999, several devotees from Bangalore and Kolkata were expelled for adhering to the Ritvik model, making it clear that the initial aggression came from the GBC of the other ISKCON camp. To protect our right to remain within ISKCON, we approached the courts purely in self-defense. The litigation was not to resolve the Diksha Guru issue or for any material gain, but to establish that the Bangalore temple property belonged to an independently registered society, ISKCON Bangalore, founded in 1978 by the then GBC representative, Hamsaduta Swami. It was a case between two legally registered societies, ISKCON Mumbai Society and ISKCON Bangalore Society. The courts granted interim relief in 2001, restraining the GBC represented by ISKCON Mumbai from interfering in the affairs of ISKCON Bangalore, while the permanent relief took 25 years, going from the lowest to the highest court in India. During this interim period of 25 years, our ISKCON Bangalore movement grew globally, forming a network of over 52 temples as of today that accept Srila Prabhupada as the sole Diksha Guru under the Ritvik system. Today, there are two distinct branches within ISKCON, one comprising temples led by self-gurus and our ISKCON led by Srila Prabhupada as the sole Diksha Guru. Why did the ISKCON Bangalore wake up as late as 1998 when the deviation actually began in 1978? It is only with the changes in world communication technology in the late 1990s that all the recorded tapes, lectures, orders, and books of Srila Prabhupada became easily available digitally to everyone. That is how the devotees of ISKCON Bangalore came to know of the July 9th, 1977 directive of Srila Prabhupada in 1998, as well as the disturbing details of the post-1977 history of gurus falling down in ISKCON. With this development, everyone could see what Srila Prabhupada had actually left behind as his order on spiritual succession of Diksha. A lie survives only until the truth is revealed. Prayers to Lord Narasimha from both sides. When the final verdict from the Supreme Court of India was awaited this year, followers were requested to pray by leaders of both sides for the best outcome of the court cases. After prayers from both sides, as devotees of Lord Narasimha, all must accept the verdict as his divine will. It reaffirms Srila Prabhupada's instruction and upholds the Ritvik system of initiation practiced in ISKCON Bangalore for the past 25 years. This verdict is Lord Krishna's will, not a mundane court decision. The judges were simply instruments in Narasimhadev's hands, who has personally resolved this dispute among two groups of his devotees. We hope those opposing will begin to see that the Ritvik system is not a deviant or heretical practice as misrepresented in the GBC's 1999 resolution. Today, our commitment to the Ritvik system stands affirmed by Srila Prabhupada and Lord Narasimha. Srila Prabhupada's ISKCON is here to stay. After this spiritual victory, ISKCON Bangalore made a sincere offer to the GBC of the other ISKCON camp to unite with them by offering all 52 temple properties in writing, asking only that the GBC revoke the ban and allow our group to continue practicing Ritvik initiations and become an inclusive ISKCON. Sadly, the GBC wrote back and rejected our offer and reiterated their stance against the Ritvik system, deepening the divide within ISKCON. Why the other ISKCON camp refuses to follow the July 9th directive? The core argument for rejecting the Ritvik system is that Srila Prabhupada's July 9th directive was temporary, meant to last only until his departure in November 1977. After that, they claim Guru succession was to continue as per tradition. However, this claim lacks any backing. The directive uses the word henceforward, directly implying a system intended to continue even after Srila Prabhupada's physical departure. On May 28th, Srila Prabhupada was specifically asked, how will first and second ISKCON, particularly particularly when you are no longer with us. His immediate response, I will soon appoint some of you to act as officiating acharyas. When asked if that meant Ritvik acharyas, he confirmed, yes, Ritvik. The July 9th directive begins by referring to this very conversation. Recently, when all the GBC members were with His Divine Grace in Vrindavan, Srila Prabhupada indicated that soon he would appoint some of the senior disciples to act as Ritvik representative of the Acharya for the purposes of performing initiations, both first and second initiations, clearly establishing context and intent of this directive. Reclaiming Srila Prabhupada's position as Diksha Guru. Today, self-made gurus in ISKCON have sidelined Srila Prabhupada to the role of a general Shiksha Guru for all, while elevating themselves as the Diksha Gurus in the hearts of devotees. This inversion of role is not only misleading, it is a serious offense. The real reform in ISKCON is to restore Srila Prabhupada as the sole preeminent Diksha and Shiksha Guru, as it was originally pre-1977. These self-appointed gurus claim to transmit Divya Jnana personally into the hearts of their disciples, a role Srila Prabhupada already performs universally within ISKCON. Whether one calls him Shiksha or Diksha Guru, the foremost place in every devotee's heart must be reserved for Srila Prabhupada alone. This is his institution. How could it be any other way? Despite being meticulous about ISKCON's rituals, worship, etc., Srila Prabhupada gave no instruction on worshipping future gurus, holding Vyasa Puja for them, placing their photos on temple altars to be worshipped, or having special pranam mantras for them. These are GBC's post-1977 innovations. The YouTube channel Struggle for Truth explores all these deviations in depth using Srila Prabhupada's own teachings. Debunking the flesh and blood argument. A common objection to the Ritvik system is that a guru must be physically present on the planet to initiate, but this reflects gross bodily consciousness. Yes, it is true that Sadhu Sangha of Vaishnavas who are in flesh and blood is vital for spiritual life, especially for beginners in spiritual life who are in the bodily concept of life. But it is wrongly applied to the role of a Diksha Guru, and superficially, the reasoning appeals to beginners in Krishna consciousness. Take the hypothetical case of a disciple who has received Diksha from a Guru who departs the world the next day. Does the disciple then need another living Diksha Guru? Clearly not. The Diksha Guru and the Lord in the heart acts transcendentally by shining Divya Jnana in the disciple's heart, regardless of Guru's physical absence. Srila Prabhupada explained that the relationship with Guru exists in two forms: Vani relationship with instructional sound, and Vapu relationship, physical presence. Thousands of disciples of Srila Prabhupada never had even a single opportunity to physically meet Srila Prabhupada, yet he is acting as their Diksha Guru. The foundation of spiritual life is to transcend bodily identity. Such an argument as to why Srila Prabhupada cannot initiate disciples now is totally a materialist argument. Physical form is just one of the many temporary manifestations of Guru. It is offensive to claim that such an exalted Acharya, confidential associate of Krishna, cannot continue to act directly as Diksha Guru if he wished so. Who are we to question his wishes? As for other Purva Acharyas in our Parampara, none of them set up an institutional system to preach. It was only Srila Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati and Srila Prabhupada among recent Acharyas who established institutions to preach. Srila Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati did not express any desire to be Diksha Guru in his institution for new entrants after his departure. He clearly said that one among his disciples would become a self-effulgent Acharya. And we all know that that self-effulgent disciple Acharya was His Divine Grace, A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada. However, Srila Prabhupada is the only one among all of our Purya Acharyas in our Parampara who has set up a system where he continues to initiate devotees as his Diksha disciples in his institution, even after his physical departure as the Sampradaya Acharya. He made his position clear even as early as 1968. Quote, I am the spiritual master of this institution, and all the members of this society, they are supposed to be my disciples. They follow the rules and regulations which I ask them to follow, and they are initiated by me spiritually. Unquote. Interview given in San Francisco on March 12, 1968. One has to understand that the Ritvik system is a system within an institution. As long as ISKCON institution exists, this institutional system remains, and Srila Prabhupada continues as the current link of the Parampara at all times in his institution. Srila Prabhupada meticulously delegated over many years from 1968 the physical aspects of Diksha, such as giving spiritual names, malas, mantras, and oaths to his disciples, declaring that their actions on his behalf were as good as done by him personally. His physical involvement is not at all required for him to perform the Divya Jnana function of the Diksha Guru. Since no later instruction exists that revokes this directive, ISKCON leaders are duty bound to uphold it, initiating new devotees as disciples of Srila Prabhupada as he originally intended. Vedic precedent, Diksha beyond the physical body. The initiation of Dhruva Maharaj by Narada Rishi is a direct example of Diksha given by a spiritual master who was not in flesh and blood, yet fully potent. All Acharyas in our parampara are equal in their potency as they all represent Krishna. Srila Prabhupada's spiritual position and capability to give Diksha post his Mahasamadhi is no less than Narada Rishi's. Just as Krishna empowered Narada to initiate Dhruva through transcendental means, he similarly has sent Srila Prabhupada to establish ISKCON and deliver Harinam to millions as its Acharya and Diksha Guru, as long as the institution lives. The example of Dhruva Maharaj reaffirms the spiritual validity vis-a-vis Guru, Sadhu and Shastra of Diksha by Srila Prabhupada post his disappearance. This is the divine intent that is clearly expressed in the July 9, 1977 directive. Srila Prabhupada declared, quote, "I will never die, I will live forever in my books and you will utilize," unquote. His books are the permanent vessel of Divya Jnana in ISKCON. He further confirmed, quote, "I have given you everything in my books," unquote. This transcendental principle continues to operate as long as ISKCON stands. Srila Prabhupada lives in our midst, guiding souls to Krishna through Vani by initiating everyone in this institution through the Ritvik system. Reassessing ISKCON's post-1977 growth. The other ISKCON camp points out that in 50 years of preaching after Srila Prabhupada's physical departure, they have expanded from 100 temples to 600 to 700 temples worldwide. They say the proof of the pudding is in the eating, phalena parichiyate. But we will show below how these very numbers reveal stagnation, not growth. By the time Srila Prabhupada attained Mahasamadhi, he left behind 100 ISKCON temples, yet his vision for ISKCON was far more expansive, as he wrote, quote, "Therefore, always pray to Krishna to give you strength for accomplishing this mission by doing what I am doing. My first business is to give the devotees the proper knowledge and engage them in devotional service. So that is not very difficult task for you. I have given you everything. So read and speak from the books and so many new lights will come out. We have got so many books. So if we go on preaching from them for the next 1000 years, from a practical point of view, as I have not yet finished Srimad Bhagavatam and we have got now 100 branches. So by the time I am finished with Bhagavatam, there must be at least 1000 branches. I have worked alone. Now you are so many. Our scope is unlimited, resources unlimited, so we must be exceptionally enthusiastic and sober-minded and responsible for working in that spirit," unquote. Balavanta Das, dated June 17, 1972. Srila Prabhupada envisioned 1000 branches even when he was on the planet. He has said that his books would be preached for 1000 years. So after 5 decades, expanding to only 700 temples is nothing to speak about for this powerful movement. Is it truly a success when compared to Srila Prabhupada's scale and expectation? The real culprit behind this stunted progress is the self-made guru system. Zonal Acharyas had made thousands of disciples, many of whom were passionate superbook distributors. But when the zonal gurus fell for grace, so did the faith of their followers. ISKCON lost entire waves of devotees, as seen in the case of a major decline in European book distribution. The impact is like running 100 miles forward and then running 90 miles backwards. The net progress is only 10 miles. If not for these repeated setbacks of guru fall downs, ISKCON could easily have reached 7,000 centers by now and not just 700. The narrative of growth is misleading. It's time to acknowledge the true cost of sidelining Srila Prabhupada as the Diksha Guru of ISKCON. Prayer to Srila Prabhupada. We pray that the devotees of the other ISKCON camp who came to Krishna consciousness through your teachings, which touched their souls, may surrender to your divine grace as their Diksha Guru on the real path of bhakti that you taught us. May they no more surrender their intelligence to the self-made ISKCON gurus and instead surrender to you with their intelligence as you have taught. You have taught us that a bona fide guru is one who is authorized by his guru. By believing in the false propaganda against Ritvik initiation, they risk offending their true spiritual connection with you as the Diksha Guru of ISKCON, who shines Divya Jnana in their hearts in reciprocation to following the spiritual discipline that you have designed for everyone in ISKCON. Thousands of souls have lost your shelter after the betrayal of their spiritual faith. Absolute loyalty, as per your teachings, should be only to a bona fide Guru, not to one who is self-appointed. Srila Prabhupada, kindly save them from losing this rarest and sacred opportunity to follow all the spiritual discipline meticulously given by you, to become direct disciples of your divine grace, who alone can take one back to Godhead. Srila Prabhupada, you came into my life in 1977 when I read a few pages of your books. In 1981, after I stepped into ISKCON, I was misled to select and accept a Diksha Guru from the present self-made Gurus. But by your mercy, I discovered the truth and realigned my relationship with you with him as only the Ritvik who gave me Srila Prabhupada's Diksha. I begged forgiveness from you, Srila Prabhupada, for not sufficiently honoring my exact spiritual relationship with you as my Diksha Guru, having been misled by self-made Gurus. Though I am being labeled as Guru Drohi in the other ISKCON camp, I stand firmly by your words that an unqualified Guru can be rejected and replaced with a genuine one. Quote, so Gurun Ahatva, a devotee of Krishna, if need be, if he is unqualified Guru means who does not know how to guide the disciple. Guru's duty is to guide. So such kind of Guru can be at least rejected. That is Jiva Goswami's Karya Karyam Ajanataha. A Guru who does not know what to do and what not to do, but by mistakenly I have accepted somebody as Guru, he can be rejected. By rejecting him, you can accept an actual bona fide Guru. So Guru is not killed, but he can be rejected. That is the injunction of the Shastra, unquote. Lecture, August 5, 1973 in London. Srila Prabhupada, I fall at your lotus feet with eternal gratitude for bringing me under your direct divine shelter and protection. Though I am totally unqualified, I beg you to engage me as your puppet, to play a little part in your glorious transcendental ambitions to spread the movement of Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. With the recent legal victory, you have triggered a second Hare Krishna explosion like the first one in 1966. Please bless us, the devotees of ISKCON Bangalore Group, with a humble opportunity to serve in expanding your transcendental mission by giving us the required faith and strength to follow your plans and directions to increase book distribution, inspire souls to dedicate their lives to your mission, and establish many more grand temples as you desire. We are simply your monkey soldiers. Please bless us with the necessary spiritual realizations, qualities, and strength to be ever ready to receive and execute your desires and orders day after day until our last breath. Vishwaguru Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Your servant Madhu Pandit Das, Chairman and Mentor, Global Hare Krishna Movement, GBC Chairman and President, ISKCON Bangalore. Srila Prabhupada ki jai.
Our sincere thanks to His Grace Madhu Pandit Prabhu for giving us such wonderful insights in his Vyasa Puja offering. Next, I request His Grace Suvyekta Narasimha Prabhu to come forward and read. I request His Grace Kodanram Prabhu, Vice President Hare Krishna Movement Chennai, to come forward and read the Vyasa Puja offering given by His Grace Jai Chaitanya Prabhu, GPR of Hare Krishna Movement Chennai, and member of the GBC body of the worldwide Hare Krishna Movement.
Hare Krishna. I'm reading Jai Chaitanya Prabhu's homage. It's a wonderful opportunity for me to giving this to read his Jai Chaitanya Prabhu's offering. Nama Om Vishnupadaya Krishna Prasthaya Bhutale Srimate Bhakti Vedanta Swami Niti Namane Namaste Saraswati Devi Gauravani Prachara Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Paschasya Deshatarani Dear Srila Prabhupada, on this auspicious day of your divine appearance, I would like to dwell on your portion on principle of Guru Tattva, Bhagavata Sampradaya or Gaudiya Sampradaya. Involves right understanding of many tattvas, Ishvara Tattva, Jiva Tattva, Rasa Tattva, etc. Guru Tattva is one among the important tattvas. To absorb the correct understanding of Guru Tattva is very difficult. Nevertheless, very important, especially to be a recipient of the mercy needed to understand the intricacies of Rasa Tattva, the nature of the divine couple, Shri Radha and Krishna. A disciple who is properly situated in his relationship with the position of Guru Tattva. Guru Tattva is a state of consciousness in the disciple of being receptive and subordinate to the descending process of knowledge. This consciousness opens the flow of Paramatmic knowledge and from infinite source to the heart of the disciple. This mood starts from the initiation of the spiritual aspirant into the Sampradaya, starting with him accepting subordination to the representative of the Lord, the spiritual master, to whom he gets connected due to costless mercy. The voluntary submission of the disciple to worship and follow Shri Guru's instruction facilitates the continuous flow of mercy of the Lord Shri Krishna, who is the Adi Guru of all. The desire of the disciple to accept the descending process and his submissiveness make him qualified for the mercy of the Lord, who brings him to the lotus feet of his pure devotee, the spiritual master, who provides the instruction and reveals his desire, who becomes the life's goal of the disciple. Thus, the disciple gains full mercy of the Lord. That is the prerequisite desire of the Lord himself. The pure spiritual master acts in inconceivable way in providing Divya Gyan to the disciple through various mediums. And the disciple with such mood stands to gain immensely by this flood of mercy flowing through unlimited gates of the material world in their day-to-day lives. It becomes the paramount duty of the disciple to follow 100% the Shastric injection of the absolute portion of such an initiating spiritual master in the form of worship. Glorification and 100% dedication of his life to initiating spiritual master. We, the devotees of ISKCON Bangalore Group, are fortunate to have this opportunity to glorify, worship, and place your divine grace, our spiritual master, on an absolute position as required by the Shastras. Let me thank you, Srila Prabhupada, for being this pure devotee master for us in our group, where we can give you the actual position and opportunity to fully dedicate our life into your lotus feet without any kind of restriction. Thank you for the opportunity to limitlessly glorify you to our hearts, content in every way, again without restriction. This being our position, I pity the unfortunate position of the devotees in the other ISKCON camp, where they have to take initiation from the unqualified personalities who are named as initiating spiritual master, supposed to take them back to Godhead. This is truly unfortunate. Further, even when they have accepted an initiating spiritual master, the organization does not permit these devotees to place him in the absolute position due to various restrictions imposed on such gurus to keep them in line. This system is against the Shastras and tradition and promotes Guru Aparada, endangering the lives of these devotees. To not to give the initiating spiritual master the position of Sakshat Haritva and to not to follow him absolutely is nothing but institutionally promoted Guru Aparada, and such leaders who promote these are in grave danger. We, on the other hand, are fortunate to keep you, Srila Prabhupada, at the center of our thoughts, words and action, again unrestrictedly. And without having to toggle our balance between you and the new generation gurus, It is unfortunately followed in the other ISKCON camp. I thank you, Srila Prabhupada, for making this opportunity permanent within ISKCON Bangalore group of devotees to worship you only as a pure representative of the divine couple of Sri Radha Krishna Chandra and accepting your Achala Pita at the Acharya Sthana in your temple at Vaikunta Hill for the next 1000 of years. We are all eternally grateful to your divine grace, your aspiring disciple, Jai Chaitanya Das.
Thank you, Prabhu. Next, I request His Grace Suvekta Narasimha Prabhu, President Hare Krishna Movement Chennai and member of the GBC body of Worldwide Hare Krishna Movement, to read out his Vyasa Puja offering for the pleasure of Srila Prabhupada.
Namo Vishnupadaya Krishna Presthaya Bhutale Srimate Bhaktivedanta Swamin Nitinamine Namaste Saraswate Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Paschatya Deshatarine. Dear Guru Maharaj Srila Prabhupada, please accept my most humble prostrated obeisances at your most glorious lotus feet. This year has undoubtedly been an epochal one and will go down in history as the year in which the Supreme Court of India ruled in favor of ISKCON Bangalore, vindicating the stand of the devotees of ISKCON Bangalore to follow your July 9th, 1977 order, instituting the Ritvik system of initiations in ISKCON. It was undoubtedly the happiest day in my life, nay, happiest day in all my lifetimes put together, to see your divine grace's true position as the sole Diksha Guru within ISKCON Bangalore group become an eternal reality which cannot be legally erased. My only regret, though, is that our dear godbrother, His Grace Surananda Prabhu, who passed away on 17th March 2025, is not there to relish this day. On this most auspicious day, I pray that your divine grace may please keep him engaged in your transcendental service as your eternal disciple. For nearly half a century, any sincere devotee in ISKCON who wished to follow your July 9th order had only two options: either be expelled or be a closeted believer of your July 9th order in ISKCON. Through intimidation, threats, excommunication, bans, and expulsions, in almost 50 years since your disappearance, devotees in ISKCON have been persecuted, hounded, harassed, vilified, and gagged for attempting to expose the current Guru system in ISKCON as not authorized by you. The GBC chose to turn a blind eye to blatant changes of your books, murders, and women and child abuse, as long as the perpetrators supported their unauthorized Guru system. Way back in the year 1985, Hinduism Today, in its September-October edition, in an article titled "The Underground Hare Krishnas," ominously reported, quote, "Out of 4,000 disciples, some sources say as many as 10,000, that Srila Prabhupada personally initiated into the Hare Krishna Bhakti sadhanas. Only 12% or 500 are still official ISKCON members. What happened to the 3,500 initiates who dropped away from ISKCON? Most couldn't sustain the sadhanas, the Hare Krishna niyamas and yamas, no illicit sex, no gambling, no intoxicants, no meat eating, and the daily grind of rising early, doing japa, kirtan chanting, puja, study, Krishna service. But there were many Prabhupada's disciples who delighted in the sadhana, loved Prabhupada and his mission, but couldn't accept the new leadership, the successor spiritual masters. They either left or were expelled, even formally excommunicated." Unquote. Written barely 7 years from the time the unauthorized Guru system was imposed on ISKCON, what this article laid startlingly bare was the stark reality that the GBC had carried out the equivalent of an ethnic cleansing in ISKCON from 1978 onwards, starting with driving out His Grace Pradyumna Prabhu. They ensured that no one who opposed the unauthorized Guru system could survive within ISKCON. In a matter of 7 short years, by 1985, only 500 of the devotees initiated by your divine grace remained in ISKCON. Only those who chose to support the unauthorized gurus were allowed to stay in ISKCON, and their obsequiousness was rewarded with plum positions, with the yes men occupying all the leadership positions in ISKCON. The GBC thus created a deep state in ISKCON, where all leaders would endorse the unauthorized guru system in unison. This deep state conspired with the GBC to keep the rank and file devotees in the dark, never revealing to them anything about your divine grace's July 9th order for ages. Thus, diabolically, the guru business was kept alive and kicking, although thousands of innocent spiritual lives were butchered, especially when the gurus fell from grace in subtle and gross ways. Every now and then, some sincere devotee would discover the truth and raise his voice, only to find his years of dedicated services sidelined, false accusations leveled against him, and being thrown out of the movement, leaving him high and dry to fend for himself on the streets. To their dismay, such devotees discovered that the unauthorized guru-dominated GBC was interested only in maintaining their hegemony rather than in pursuing the truth. In 1999, when a delegation of devotees led by His Grace Madhu Pandit Prabhu presented their understanding of the July 9th directive to the GBC, they too were summarily expelled from ISKCON. Shortly thereafter, the Calcutta ISKCON temple was stormed by hooligans hired by the unauthorized guru's agents, and the devotees were physically attacked and evicted from the temple for being part of the delegation who proposed to the GBC to implement the July 9th directive. Next on target were the devotees of ISKCON Bangalore. Emboldened by the success of their obscene use of brute force to evict the devotees from the Calcutta temple, the agents set their predatory eyes next on the 40-odd devotees of Bangalore temple. But your divine grace and Krishna Chandra had other plans. Needless to say, the malevolent strategy of the unauthorized guru's agents, which brought them stunning success in hijacking the Calcutta temple, backfired spectacularly in Bangalore. In March of 1978, the GBC brazenly lied to all the Vaishnavas and the whole of ISKCON that your divine grace had selected 11 devotees to become Diksha Gurus. Right after that, in May of 1978, ISKCON was registered as a separate society in Bangalore by your divine grace's will. Unbeknownst to the unauthorized gurus busy in their quenching their gluttonous ambition for power, your divine grace had already set in motion the cure for the imposition of the unauthorized guru totalitarianism in ISKCON. While the unauthorized gurus built their illegitimate empire, at the same time silently in Bangalore, your divine grace was carefully rebuilding your home where the whole world could live. Blissfully unaware of the conspiracy against your divine grace, devotees in the Bangalore temple were empowered by your divine grace to envision and build the iconic temple on Hare Krishna hill, which would go on to become the battleground to re-establish your true position as the sole Diksha Guru in ISKCON. Then, in 1998, a year after the Bangalore temple was built and inaugurated, your divine grace revealed the truth of the July 9th order to the devotees of Bangalore temple. Subsequently, once the devotees of Bangalore temple, led by His Grace Madhu Pandit Prabhu, raised their voice against the unauthorized guru system in ISKCON, the megalomaniacal unauthorized gurus could no longer conceal the truth. Thus, they embarked on a misadventure, trying their established modus operandi of publicly assassinating the unimpeachable character of His Grace Madhu Pandit Prabhu and expelling him and other devotees from ISKCON, declaring them unfit to be devotees. Alas, they thought that, like it had happened umpteen number of times in the past, His Grace Madhu Pandit Prabhu would buckle under the pressure, or he and all the devotees would quit the movement, disappearing into obscurity. Little did the unauthorized gurus know that this time their high-handed act of expulsion would only serve to fan the long simmering embers of the reactions of their offenses into a blazing inferno that would set alight the very truth they sought to conceal. Thus was born the court litigation in 2001, which culminated in the Supreme Court verdict on 16th of May 2025. Like the proverbial David, a bunch of simple devotees of ISKCON Mangalore made the Goliath of the unauthorized gurus bite the dust. All through these years, your divine grace not only protected the devotees of ISKCON Bangalore from the machinations of the GBC wanting to banish them into oblivion, but also empowered an unprecedented expansion from one temple with about 40 devotees to more than 50 centers filled with more than 1,000 full-time missionaries and several thousand more serious practitioners of Krishna consciousness. The movement spread from one small city, Bangalore, in India, to different parts of the world. Thousands of devotees in ISKCON today fearlessly follow your Divine Grace's July 9th directive, and the GBC is reduced to a mute spectator, unable to persecute them, as they had so often done in the past with impunity. The rabid antagonism of the unauthorized gurus against your July 9th order did not subside, but they were rendered toothless against your Divine Grace's protective armor around ISKCON Bangalore. Your Divine Grace has now been accorded the rightful position you so rightly wished with all your infinite compassion to be the Diksha Guru of ISKCON. And now, the ambitious devotees who hijacked your movement cannot deny your Divine Grace your true position as the Savior, the Deliverer, the Receiver of absolute surrender of all the devotees, and the only one worthy of surrender in ISKCON. The loyalty and surrender of all the devotees today in the ISKCON Bangalore group belongs only to your Divine Grace and is not contaminated by sharing them with any other unauthorized guru. This has been made possible only by your Divine Grace's infinite compassion. Now, a colossal burden of responsibility lies on the shoulders of the devotees of ISKCON Bangalore. We have to be extremely cautious that history not repeat itself. When your Divine Grace disappeared from our material vision on November 14, 1977, the GBC at that time was in a very similar position. A massive responsibility with stupendous glory beckoning. But unfortunately, they blew it. This time, though, there is an invaluable advantage, that of hindsight. We can look back at the mistakes and deviations of the GBC and diligently avoid them. But then, it's not easy rebuilding a movement from scratch. However, as long as your Divine Grace's benevolent hand protects us, we will be able to march forward, holding aloft boldly the legacy of your July 9th, 1977 directive to conduct initiations in ISKCON through Ritviks, your representatives, on your behalf, unmindful of and undaunted by the challenges flung at us by the unauthorized gurus. Your Divine Grace is our glorious Guru Maharaj, life after life, and we unreservedly submit our absolute surrender unto your divine lotus feet as our whole and soul Diksha Guru. Please use us as malleable instruments in your hands to achieve your objectives in your ISKCON. That will be our infinite fortune. That will be our perfection. That is the only goal of our life. That is the only aspiration in our life. That is the only ambition burning in our hearts. Your insignificant and most undeserving disciple, Suvyakta Narasimhadas. Srila Prabhupada ki jai.
Thank you, Prabhu, for the insights. Now I request His Grace Kodan Ram Prabhu, Vice President, Hare Krishna Movement, Chennai, to read out the Vyasa Puja offering.
Dear Srila Prabhupada, please accept my humble obeisances, all glory to Srila Prabhupada. You have successfully stopped the hijackers and turned the situation back on track. Like a powerful storm that uproots strong trees, you face and defeat the dark forces that threaten our existence. The way of the world's future rests on your shoulders, a big responsibility that you carry with strength and determination. I struggle to express my deep gratitude for the amazing chance you have given me. Being part of the Kali Yuga Mahabharata is a special privilege that goes beyond words. How can I repay you for saving my life out of kindness, especially as I feel unworthy? Your willingness to include me in this important story shows your great mercy and compassion. In contrast, those who have taken over your noble cause are desperately holding on that to selfish agendas. Their action can't succeed against the truth that you have a well-planned strategy. This plan aims to bring justice to those who are misguided and restore the integrity necessary for the movement to grow. I respectfully ask for your blessings and support as I take on new responsibilities. I am grateful for the love you have given us, and as I had felt almost empty of love before your warmth touched me. May your guidance light my way, helping me progress quickly and effectively in this important task. Although I do not feel fully ready for the responsibility assigned to me, I sincerely seek your approval and spiritual growth. I trust in your grace to help me on this journey. On this blessed day, I owe you everything, Srila Prabhupada. I do not feel an intimate attraction for chanting the holy names, yet you continue patiently and lovingly guide me towards real happiness, leading me to the lotus feet of their Lordship Shri Krishna, Rukmini and Satyabhama. My urns for independence and speculation, please protect me from the enchantresses of the senses, who allows my wandering, homeward bound thoughts. You have graciously delivered the purest knowledge to the acharyas to my confessed mind, filled with thoughts of sense gratification, prestige and mundanity. Please empty the chalice of mine and fill it with nectar. Help me in surrendering to your lotus feet so that I can fully recognize your wonderful blessings of all living entities and serve you with all my capacity. Your fallen servant, Godan Ramdas.
Thank you, Prabhu. Next, we'll have the Abhishekam for Srila Prabhupada on his Vyasa Puja day. The other offerings will be read later.
Jaya Prabhupada, Jaya Prabhupada, Prabhupada, Jaya Prabhupada, 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 Jaya Jaya Prabhupada, 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 Jaya Jaya Prabhupada, 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 Prabhupada. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare,
Rama.
Jaya Prabhupada, 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 Jaya Prabhupada.
Jaya Prabhupada, 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 Jaya Prabhupada. Jaya Jaya Prabhupada, 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 Prabhupada. विश्वगुरु श्रील प्रभुपाद की
Jai.
ओम स्वस्ति नो गोविंद स्वस्ति नो अच्युतानंतो स्वस्ति नो वासुदेवो विष्णुर्दधातो स्वस्ति नो नारायणो नरो वै स्वस्ति नः पद्मनाभः पुरुषोत्तमो दधातु स्वस्ति नो विश्वक्सेनो विश्वेश्वरः स्वस्ति नो ऋषिकेशो हरिर्दधातु स्वस्ति नो वैनतेयो हरिः स्वस्ति नो अंजनासुतो हनुर्भागवतो दधातु स्वस्ति स्वस्ति सुमंगले केशो महान् श्री कृष्ण सच्चिदानंद गण सर्वेश्वरेश्वरो दधातु ओम स्वस्ति ओम स्वस्ति ओम स्वस्ति। श्री गुरु परमानंद प्रेमानंद फलप्रदा व्रजानंद प्रधानंद सेवायां मां नियोजया ओम अज्ञानतिमिरान्धस्य ज्ञानाञ्जनशलाकया चक्षुरुन्मीलितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः। नमो ओं विष्णुपादाय कृष्णप्रेष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्तिवेदान्त स्वामिन्निति नामिने नमस्ते सारस्वते देवे गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे निर्विशेषा शून्यवादी पाश्चात्यदेशतारिणे जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधरा श्रीवासादि गौर भक्त वृंदा हरे कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे। प्रातः श्रीमन्नवद्वीपे द्विनेत्रं द्विभुजं गुरुं वराभयप्रदं शान्तं स्मरेत् तन्नामपूर्वकम् त्वं गोपिका वृषरेशनयान्तिकेसि सेवाधिकारिणि गुरो निजपादपद्मे दास्यं प्रदाय कुरु मां व्रजकानने श्री राधाङ्घ्रिसेवनरसे सुखिनीं सुखाब्धौ। इदमासनं स्वागतं सुस्वागतम् एतत्पाद्यम् इदमर्घ्यम् इदमाचमनीयम् एष मधुपर्कः इदं पुनराचमनीयकम् इदं स्नानीयम्। हरे कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे। ओम अज्ञानतिमिरान्धस्य ज्ञानाञ्जनशलाकया चक्षुरुन्मीलितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः। नमो ओं विष्णुपादाय कृष्णप्रेष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्तिवेदान्त स्वामिन्निति नामिने नमस्ते सारस्वते देवे गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे निर्विशेषा शून्यवादी पाश्चात्यदेशतारिणे जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधरा श्रीवासादि गौर भक्त वृंदा हरे कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे। कृष्णैकचेतमदमोह विनाशकारिन् मद्दृष्टिगोचर प्रभो प्रभुपाद स्वामिन् दोषाभिवृत्ति परिदोषित मंदबुद्धे संचिन्तयामि चरणौ तव भक्ति हेतो वृंदावने रमणरेति प्रसिद्ध भूमौ तत्रापि कृष्ण बलराम सुपादमूले ज्ञानं परम परम कृष्ण सुधार्मित्युक्तं दन्तस्तु देव प्रभुपाद नमो नमस्ते 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 कृपापूर्णदृष्टि नमस्ते नमस्ते महानन्ददात्री नमामो नमामि पुनरक्ष रक्ष प्रसिद्ध प्रभो पाहि मां दक्ष दक्ष भक्ति सिद्धांत शिष्याय भक्ति वेदांत नामिने प्रसन्नाय प्रशांताय तस्मै श्री गुरवे नमः श्रीवंग भूमि जनभूषित गौरलीला गौरांग भाव परिसार मात्रशीला राधा मुकुंद पाद पद्म मनोविलासिन् आनंद राशि प्रभुपाद नमो नमस्ते हरे कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे विश्वगुरु श्रीला प्रभुपाद की जय
संसारदावाननलिधलोका त्रणय कारुण्य घन घनात्वं
संसार दावा नलदिलोका त्राणाय कारुण्य गण गणत्वा
संसार दावाननलिधलोका त्रणय कारुण्य घन घनात्वं
दावा नलदिलोका त्राणाय कारुण्य गण गणत्वा
प्राप्तस्य कल्याण गुणार्णवस्य वन्दे गुरो श्रीचरणारविन्दा
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 महाप्रभो कीर्तन नित्य गीता वादित्रमाद्यान् मनसो रसेना
महाप्रभु कीर्तन नित्य गीता वादित्रमाद्यान् मनसो रसेना
रोमाञ्चकं पाशुतरङ्गभाजो वन्दे गुरो श्रीचरणारविन्दा
रोमाञ्चकं पाशुतरङ्गभाजो वन्दे गुरो श्रीचरणारविन्दा
श्रीविग्रहाराधन्नित्यानाना शृङ्गारतन्मन्दिरमर्जनादो
श्रीविग्रहाराधननित्यानाना शृङ्गारतन्मन्दिरमर्जनादो
युक्तस्य भक्तं शनियुञ्जतोऽपि वन्दे गुरो श्रीचरणारविन्दा
तस्य भक्तं च नियुञ्जतोऽपि वन्दे गुरो श्रीचरणारविन्दा
चतुर्विधा श्री भगवत्प्रसादो स्वादन्नतृप्ता हरिभक्तसङ्घा
चतुर्विधा श्री भगवत्प्रसादो स्वादन्नतृप्तं हरिभक्तसङ्घा
कृत्वैव तृप्तिं भजत सदैव वन्दे गुरो श्रीचरणारविन्दा
भजत सदैव वन्दे गुरो श्रीचरणारविन्दा
श्रीराधिका माधवयोरपारा माधुर्यलीला गुणरूपनाम्ना
श्रीराधिका माधवयोरपारा माधुर्यलीला गुणरूपनाम्ना
श्रीराधिका माधवयोरपारा माधुर्य लीला गुणरूपनाम्ना
श्रीराधिका माधवयोरपारा माधुर्यलीला गुणरूपनाम्ना प्रतीक्षणाक्ष्वादनलोलुपस्य वन्दे गुरु श्री चरणरविन्दा
प्रतीक्षणा स्वादनलोलुपस्य वन्दे गुरो श्रीचरणरविन्दम्
निकुञ्जयोनो प्रतिकेलिसीद्यै यायालिबीर्योक्तिरपेक्षणीया
निकुञ्जयो नो रतिकेलिसिद्धये यायालिभिर्योक्तिरपेक्षणीया
निकुञ्जयोनो रतिकेलिसीद्यै यायालिबीर्योक्तिरपेक्षणीया
निकुञ्जयो नो रतिकेलिसिद्धये यायालिभिर्योक्तिरपेक्षणीया
तत्रादिदाक्षादतिवल्लभास्य वन्दे गुरु श्री चरणरविन्दा
तत्रातिदाक्षादतिवल्लभस्य वन्दे गुरोः श्रीचरणरविन्दम्
तत्रादिदाक्षादतिवल्लभास्य वन्दे गुरु श्री चरणरविन्दा
तत्रातिदाक्षादतिवल्लभस्य वन्दे गुरोः श्रीचरणरविन्दम्
साक्षादरेत्विना समस्तशास्त्रैः उक्तस्तभावायत एव शब्दी
साक्षादरित्वेन समस्तशास्त्रे उक्तस्तथाभाव्यतेव षड्भिः
साक्षादरेत्विना समस्तशास्त्रैः उक्तस्तभावायत एव शब्दी
साक्षादरित्वेन समस्तशास्त्रे उक्तस्तथाभाव्यतेव षड्भिः
किन्तु प्रभुर्या प्रिय एव तस्य वन्दे गुरु श्री चरणरविन्दा
किन्तु प्रभुर्या प्रिय एव तस्य वन्दे गुरोः श्रीचरणरविन्दम्
किन्तु प्रभुर्या प्रिय एव तस्य वन्दे गुरु श्री चरणरविन्दा
किन्तु प्रभुर्या प्रिय एव तस्य वन्दे गुरोः श्रीचरणरविन्दम्
यस्य प्रसादा भगवत्प्रसादो यस्य प्रसादा नगतितुतोऽपि
यस्य प्रसादा भगवत्प्रसादो यस्य प्रसादः न गति कुतोऽपि
यस्य प्रसादान् भगवत्प्रसादो यस्य प्रसादान् न गतितुतोऽपि
यस्य प्रसादा भगवत्प्रसादो यस्य प्रसादः न गति कुतोऽपि
दयां सुवां तस्य यशस्वी सन्ध्यं वन्दे गुरु श्री चरणरविन्दम्
जयां सुवां तस्य यशस्वी सन्ध्यं वन्दे गुरो श्रीचरणरविन्दम्
दयां सुवां तस्य यशस्वी सन्ध्यं वन्दे गुरु श्री चरणरविन्दम्
जयां सुवां तस्य यशस्वी सन्ध्यं वन्दे गुरो श्रीचरणरविन्दम्
संसारदावा नवनीदलोक तनय कारुण्य गणगणात्वं तप्तस्य कल्याण गुणानवस्य वन्दे गुरु श्री चरणरविन्दम्
तस्य कल्याण गुणार्णवस्य वन्दे गुरो श्रीचरणरविन्दम्
तप्तस्य कल्याण गुणानवस्य Vande Guru Shri Charanarvindam
Tasya Kalyana Gunanavasya Vande Guru Shri Charanarvindam
Vande Guru Shri Charanarvindam 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 Vande Guru Shri Charanarvindam
Jaya Jaya Prabhupada 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 Prabhupada
Jaya Jaya Prabhupada 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 Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare
Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare
Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare
Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare
Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare
Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare
Hari Bol
Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare
Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare
Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare
Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare
Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare
Hari Bol
Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare
Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare
Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Rama Hare Hare
Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare
Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Ramo Ramo Hare Hare
Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Ramo Ramo Hare Hare. Please everybody chant.
Krishna Hare Krishna
Hari Bol.
Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Rama Ramo Ramo Hare Hare
Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Ramo Hare Hare
Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Ramo Hare Hare
Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Ramo Hare Hare
Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ramo Ramo Hare Hare
Hare Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Rama Ramo Hare Hare
Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare
Hari Bol.
Hare Ramo Ramo Hare Hare
Hare Krishna
Hare Krishna
Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Ramo Hare Hare. Bolo bolo bolo.
Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare
Hari Bol.
Hare Ramo Ramo Hare Hare
Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Ramo Hare Hare
Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ramo Ramo Hare Hare
Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare
Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare
Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare
Hare Krishna
Krishna Krishna Hare Hare
Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare
Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare Bolo bolo bolo
Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare
Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Rama Hare Hare
Hare Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Rama Ram Hare Hare
Hare Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Rama Ram Hare Hare
Hare Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Rama Ram Hare Hare
Hare Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Rama Ram Hare Hare
Hare Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Rama Ram Hare Hare
Hare Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Rama Ram Hare Hare
Hare Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Rama Ram Hare
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 Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Rama Rama Hare Hare Bolo bolo bolo
Hare Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Rama Rama Hare Hare
Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Rama Rama Hare Hare
Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare
Hare Krishna Hare 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 Rama Rama Hare Hare
Hare Krishna Hare Hare
Hari
Hare
Bol.
Rama Rama Hare Hare
Hare Krishna Hare 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 Rama Rama Hare Hare
Hare Krishna Hare 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 Rama Hare Hare
Hare Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Rama Rama Hare Hare
Hare Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Rama Ram Hare Hare
Hare Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna
Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare.
Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna. Now we will continue with the Vyasa Puja offerings. I now request His Grace Mukunda Madhav Prabhu, Vice President of Hare Krishna Movement Chennai, to please come forward and read his Vyasa Puja offering.
नमो विष्णुपादाय कृष्णप्रेष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्तिवेदांत स्वामिनिति नामिने नमस्ते सारस्वते देवे गौरवाणी प्रचारणे निर्विशेष शून्यवादी पाश्चात्य देशतारणे जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासदि गौरभक्तवृंदा हरे कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्णा हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे. Dear Srila Prabhupada, humbly requesting you to accept my humble obeisances at your lotus feet. Thank you for accepting this unworthy soul as your disciple through the Ritvik system established by you. Thank you for giving shelter to me in your wonderful organization of ISKCON Bangalore and the Hare Krishna Movement Chennai. I take this opportunity to remember the hard struggle you undertook at the advanced age of 70 years so that the suffering souls of Kali Yuga get access to the divine vibration of Hare Krishna Mahamantra, Prasadam, spiritual knowledge in your books, association of spiritually serious devotees in ISKCON and deities of Radha and Krishna. Since the time Krishna left this planet 5,000 years ago, the institution of Varnashrama has steadily declined with the tentacles of Kali Yuga tightening its vicious grip more and more on the consciousness of the living beings. When the British destroyed the Gurukula system of education in their conquest of India, it dealt a killer blow to Vedic culture and knowledge. Your journey to America, your hard struggle to translate the Bhagavad Gita and Srimad Bhagavatam into English language, and your tireless efforts to create the grand spiritual organization of ISKCON has practically revived Sanatana Dharma across the world, with the world gradually realizing that the only way to peace and happiness is the wisdom of the Vedic scriptures. And you have made that wisdom accessible in simple English language to the modern mind, which cannot comprehend anything beyond this physical body. Indeed, you are the Yuga Acharya and the ambassador of Vedic knowledge across the globe. Every person must read your life history to know the painful struggle you undertook to distribute spiritual happiness to the whole world through the chanting of the Hare Krishna Mahamantra. Unfortunately, the brilliant organization you created disintegrated after your physical departure and is now a mere shadow of what it was when you were physically present on this planet due to the disobedience of your final order, the July 9th letter. By your divine arrangement and supervision, ISKCON Bangalore became the fort for the revival of ISKCON, from where this war against the misunderstanding of your final order could be waged. By your divine empowerment, ISKCON Bangalore and its group of temples rallied around the leadership of His Grace Madhupandit Prabhu and His Grace Chanchalpati Prabhu, and after years of struggle, we now have an independent ISKCON at Bangalore, where everyone can accept your divine grace as their Diksha Guru and be freed from the deception of accepting unauthorized persons as Mahabhagavatas. This is indeed your causeless mercy. We are also blessed that we are able to glorify you with the title of Vishwaguru. May all the devotees of ISKCON Bangalore group of temples get empowered by your divine grace and become instruments in spreading Krishna consciousness to the world, which is deteriorating with each passing day. Only 5,000 years of Kali Yuga have passed, and the signs are ominous with the direction in which this civilization is heading towards. Your organization is definitely the only hope for peace and prosperity in this dangerous age of Kali. I beg you to forgive my faults and mistakes and offenses, and humbly pray for spiritual strength from your divine grace to become a humble instrument in the hands of your divine grace. May pride and arrogance not contaminate my consciousness, and may always be freed from the poison of personal ambition which has wreaked havoc within ISKCON. May all the devotees of ISKCON Bangalore group work together sincerely to collectively achieve whatever is desired by your divine grace. I am blessed to be able to be a part of the publication of your life history in Tamil language, and may this publication reach every person who knows to read and write Tamil language, so that your glories may be known to as many people as possible. Your insignificant servant, Mukunda Madhav Das. Next, I request, where is the Next, I request His Grace Sudama Vipra Prabhu, Vice President Hare Krishna Movement Chennai, to offer his Vyasa Puja offering to Srila Prabhupada.
Om Vishnupadaya Krishna Preshthaya Bhutale Srimate Bhaktivedanta Swaminiti Namine Namaste Saraswate Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Paschatya Deshatarine. Dear Srila Prabhupada, please accept my humble obeisances at your lotus feet. Thank you for keeping me under your personal protection and engaging me in serving your mission. By the arrangement of the Lord and the efforts of your sincere devotees, this year witnessed you being coronated as the Vishwaguru in the Maha Kumbh Mela by the Akhil Bharatiya Akhada Parishad. The year also witnessed the long legal battle between ISKCON Bangalore and ISKCON Mumbai, finally culminating in favor of ISKCON Bangalore, which has provided an opportunity for devotees to accept your good self as their Diksha Guru within ISKCON. While the legal battle has ended, we have been witnessing another battle outside of the court, a battle to reinstate your position as the sole Diksha Guru in ISKCON. While I have not played a role in either of these battles, I, like all of your other disciples, have been fighting my own personal internal battle, the battle that every human being is supposed to keep fighting, the fight to realize and be reinstated in one's constitutional position as a servant of the servant of the servant of Krishna. This is a battle that you have inspired all of us to take up. I can neither claim victory nor progress towards victory in this battle. Many a times I have not even been fighting the battle. However, I have realized without an iota of doubt that on my own I am not capable of fighting this internal battle. The enemy of material energy is insurmountably powerful, and it is a miracle that I still survive to fight on despite my lack of spiritual strength and commitment. This miracle is possible only because of your protection. In one of your letters you have said, the disciple may misunderstand a bona fide spiritual master, being obliged to do so under the pressure of Maya's influence. But a bona fide spiritual master never lets go a devotee once accepted. I am sure that every disciple of yours will be experiencing this protection. Despite my disinclination and lethargy towards my sadhana and service, I can personally experience your intervention to keep me afloat in spiritual life. I wonder if the devotees of the self-proclaimed gurus are able to experience this protection. How are they able to fight this impossible battle without accepting you as their spiritual master? When their gurus, who undoubtedly have put in several more years of sadhana and service, are themselves falling down and are unable to protect themselves, how can their disciples be protected? This year, we were also fortunate to study in great detail the Guru issue, which gave us insights on how many of your stalwart devotees fell prey to Maya when they started disobeying your instructions. It is therefore very clear, Srila Prabhupada, that it is only and only by taking shelter of you
that one can emerge victorious in this battle against Maya. As barbaric witnessed during the Mahabharata war, that it was not Arjuna but Krishna's Sudarshana Chakra that was killing the Kauravas. Similarly, in this battle against Maya by your disciples, you are the actual fighter. You are the Senapati Bhakta of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, who are not only leading us in this fight against Maya, but also fighting for all of us and leading us to victory. Without accepting you as our Senapati, we stand no chance of surviving Maya's onslaught. It might appear that we are doing our sadhana and services and making spiritual progress too, but we should remember that all this is possible only because of your protection. The real test of our spiritual progress is how much attachment we have for you and for your instructions. On this auspicious day, I pray that I eternally remain humble and recognize that I have no qualification to overcome Maya on my own ability and remain ever dependent on your protection. May I never forget that the one and only one reason for our spiritual success is to take shelter of your lotus feet. Please bless me with the determination to chant offenselessly and serve you unceasingly. Your coronation as Vishwaguru and the progress towards your reinstatement as the sole Diksha Guru of ISKCON could well be remembered as an inflection point in the spread of the Sankirtana movement to every town and village. I consider myself fortunate to be serving your mission at such a wonderful time and pray that you continue to keep me engaged and allow me to participate in and witness Lord Chaitanya's prophecy unfold. Aspiring to be your eternal servant, Sudama Vipradas.
Next, I request His Grace Sadachar Prabhu to please come forward and read his Vyasa Puja offering.
नमो विष्णुपादाय कृष्णप्रेष्ठाय पुत्रे श्रीमते भक्तिवेदांत स्वामिनि नामिने नमस्ते सरस्वती देवे गौरवाणी प्रचारणे निर्विशेष शून्यवादी पाश्चात्य देशतारणे जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौर भक्त वृंद हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे. Dear Srila Prabhupada, please accept my humble obeisances at your lotus feet. All glories unto you. Srila Prabhupada, you are the true Vishwa Guru, not only for the whole world, but the whole universe. As this honorific title was conferred upon you by the Akhila Bharati Akhada Parishad at the Mahakumbh Mela held at Prayag this year. This is the first time in history a spiritual leader has been conferred with this title. In a country like India, where we find so many saints, Swamis, Gurus and Maharajas, to seek out a bona fide spiritual master will be like searching for a needle in a haystack. Actually, it is impossible to search out a real Guru by our own efforts. It is only by the mercy of Krishna that we get the association of a genuine Guru. As it is said in the Chaitanya Charitamrita Madhya chapter 19.151, Brahmanda Brahmite Kona Bhagyavan Jeev, Guru Krishna Prasada Paye Bhakti Lata Bij. According to their karma, all living entities are wandering throughout the entire universe. Some of them are being elevated to the upper planetary systems, and some are going down into the lower planetary systems. Out of many millions of wandering living entities, one who is very fortunate gets an opportunity to associate with the bona fide spiritual master by the grace of Krishna. By the mercy of both Krishna and the spiritual master, such a person receives the seed of the creeper of devotional service. In the purport of this verse, you have explained, Krishna is situated in everyone's heart, and if one desires something, Krishna fulfills one's desire. If the living entity by chance or fortune comes in contact with the Krishna consciousness movement and wishes to associate with that movement, Krishna, who is situated in everyone's heart, gives him the chance to meet a bona fide spiritual master. This is called Guru Krishna Prasada. Krishna is prepared to bestow his mercy upon all living entities, and as soon as a living entity desires the Lord's mercy, the Lord immediately gives him an opportunity to meet a bona fide spiritual master. Srila Prabhupada, you established this ISKCON or Hare Krishna movement especially for this purpose, to give a chance for the conditioned souls in this age of Kali Yuga to associate with you. Association with you has been made so easily available for the people of the world in this age. Your books, lectures, letters, conversations give a chance to directly associate with you through your Vani or words and instructions. As you have said in one of your letters to your disciples, physical presence is immaterial. Presence of the transcendental sound received from the spiritual master should be the guidance of life. That will make our spiritual life successful. This year, 2025, is a very historical year as ISKCON Bangalore won the Supreme Court case against ISKCON Mumbai after a 25-year struggle for truth. Lord Krishna has actually tested the sincerity of the devotees of ISKCON Bangalore, and they have finally passed the test. Now ISKCON Bangalore group of temples can, without interference from the Guruvadis of the ISKCON Mumbai camp, continue to practice the July 9 directive of initiation as ordered by your divine grace. This has been possible only by your causeless mercy. Srila Prabhupada, on this most auspicious day of your divine appearance, I beg you to bestow your causeless mercy upon me, so that I will be strong in my Krishna consciousness and continue to serve your lotus feet life after life. Your most insignificant servant, Sathacharya Das.
Thank you, Prabhu. Next, I request His Grace Shravan Mangal Prabhu to please come forward and read out his Vyasa Puja offering.
नमो विष्णुपादाय कृष्णपृष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्तिवेदांत स्वामी निति नामिने नमस्ते सारस्वते देवे गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे निर्विशेष शून्यवादे पाश्चात्य देशतारिणे. Dear Srila Prabhupada, please accept my respectful obeisances on this auspicious day of your divine appearance. Your divine grace has appeared on this earthly planet to reclaim the fallen conditioned souls like me from the slumber of ignorance. Though your ideal position is in the spiritual world, your divine grace has descended out deep, out of compassion, seeing the suffering conditioned souls. You are rendering the most confidential service to the Supreme Lord Sri Krishna by convincing every conditioned soul the importance of human life and showing the path to attain the ultimate destination, love of Godhead. By your divine grace teachings, I have received the knowledge that this life is not meant for mere existence, but should be enriched with love of Godhead. Before coming in contact with your divine grace teachings, I was simply existing driven by mundane goals, sensory pleasures, and the illusion of material progress. But now I understand that this life is a precious opportunity to return to our eternal home, back to Godhead. By your divine grace purports, I gained access to the essence of Vedic knowledge, especially the Srimad Bhagavatam and Bhagavad Gita. I have also understood that the satisfaction of the self-realized spiritual master is the secret of advancement in spiritual life. Dear Srila Prabhupada, I thank you for creating and giving me an environment in this world to practice pure devotional service. In this age, people are mostly striving for economic development and sense gratification, neglecting the true purpose of human life. Even among the spiritual seekers, many are attached to material benefits or speculative knowledge. Now, your divine grace have created a worldwide organization for practicing pure devotional service. I am eternally grateful for you gifting me the holy name and making me understand that I eternally belong to the each manifesting holy name on my tongue. Please strengthen me to embrace each and every incarnation of the holy name with my complete attention. Please accept me as your eternal servant and bless me to develop humility towards all my co-Vaishnavas in your divine organization, so that all the anarthas be vanquished and my heart be fixed in devotional service in all circumstances, life after life. Thank you, Srila Prabhupada, your insignificant servant, Shravana Mangala Das.
Next, I request His Grace Nareshwar Krishna Prabhu to please come forward and read out his Vyasa Puja offering.
नमो विष्णुपादाय कृष्णपृष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्तिवेदांत स्वामिनिति नाम्ने नमस्ते सारस्वते देवे गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे निर्विशेष शून्यवादी पाश्चात्य देशतारिणे जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौरभक्तवृंद हरे कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे 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 राम 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 हरे. Dear Srila Prabhupada, please accept my most humble obeisances at your lotus feet. All glories to your divine grace. Srila Prabhupada, once again I am blessed with wonderful opportunity to glorify your divine character on this most auspicious occasion of your Vyasa Puja. It has now been 8 years since I have been engaged in your divine mission. And it has truly been a deeply enlightening and transformative journey within your shelter. You have taught us that if one truly desires to achieve success in spiritual life, one must wholeheartedly follow the instructions of the spiritual master. By your divine teachings, I am firmly convinced that a disciple can achieve perfection simply by executing the order of his guru. You have repeatedly assured us that the spiritual master is never absent from the disciple. Even in your letters, you wrote that whenever we feel separation, we may keep your photo and feel your presence. A simple yet profound truth. Therefore, it is a fact you are still living and guiding your sincere followers. However, when the mind becomes overwhelmed by puja, lava and pratishtha, worship, gain and fame, one may attempt to assume the position of guru without authorization. This is nothing but cutting one's own spiritual progress at the root, leading to dangerous fall down. You yourself showed us by example how success in spiritual life comes solely by faithfully executing the instructions of one's spiritual master. You often said that you had only physically met your Guru, Maharaj, Srila Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur, a few times, but his instruction remained constantly in your heart, guiding every step of your divine mission. Yasya prasadat bhagavat prasado, yasya prasada nagati kutopi. By pleasing the spiritual master, one pleases Krishna. Without his mercy, there is no advancement. Srila Prabhupada, the tolerance you demonstrated during your manifest pastimes is beyond imagination. To carry out your Guru Maharaj's order, you accepted every hardship, physical, emotional and social, with unwavering determination. You endured countless difficulties, yet your only concern was to deliver the fallen conditioned souls by engaging them in Krishna's service. Like Krishna, the dearest friend of all living beings, Surudam Sarva Bhutana, your divine grace is also the dearest well-wisher of all souls. You were always eager to bestow your causeless mercy in the form of the Krishna consciousness movement, the Sankirtan Yajna, and the science of devotional service. One's entire life should be dedicated to carrying out the orders of spiritual master to the best of one's ability. That alone brings true satisfaction to the Guru. On this sacred occasion of your Vyasa Puja, I humbly pray at your divine lotus feet, kindly bless me with the same mood of loyal, surrendered service to your orders as you yourself demonstrated. Please bestow upon me the intelligence and the strength to continue to execute your will in whatever small way I can. I beg for your forgiveness for all the offenses I may have committed, knowingly or unknowingly. I offer myself at your lotus feet and seek your eternal shelter. your insignificant and fallen servant, Nareshwar Krishna. Hare Krishna.
Next, I request His Grace Param Purusha Prabhu to please come forward and read his Vyasa Puja offering.
नमो विष्णुपादाय कृष्णप्रेष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्ति वेदांत स्वामिनिति नामिनि नमस्ते सारस्वते देवे गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे निर्विशेष शून्यवादी पाश्चात्य देश तारिणे. Dear Srila Prabhupada, please accept my humble obeisances at your divine lotus feet. I bow down to your divine lotus feet repeatedly with all humility. It is not possible to offer anything in return to the spiritual master, for everything a disciple has been bestowed with by the spiritual master. Therefore, I can only offer my obeisances unto your lotus feet. Although a living entity in human life has refined intelligence and developed senses, still every action he does is nothing but a game plan of Maya. In Srimad Bhagavatam, the helplessness of a living entity like me is mentioned. The foolish embodied living entity, inept at controlling his senses and mind, is forced to act according to the influence of the modes of material nature against his desire. He is like a silkworm that uses his own saliva to create a cocoon and then becomes trapped in it with no possibility of getting out. The living entity traps himself in a network of his own fruitive activities and then can find no way to release himself. Thus he is always bewildered and repeatedly he dies. Srimad Bhagavatam 6th canto 1st verse 52nd verse. Further, in the 3rd chapter of Bhagavad Gita it is said, Nahi kaschit chanamapi jatu tishtat akarma krit karyatihi avasha karma sarva prabha prakriti jair gunai. All men are forced to act helplessly according to the impulses born of the modes of material nature. Therefore, no one can refrain from doing something, not even for a moment. When Srila Sanatan Goswami met Lord Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, he inquired humbly on behalf of living entities like me, Ke ami kene amaya jare tapatraya iha nahi jani ke mane hitahaya. Who am I? Why do the threefold miseries always give me trouble? If I do not know this, how I can be benefited? Srila Narottam Das Thakura expressed the helpless state of a Baddha Jivatma and praised to all Vaishnavas, Vidhi bada balvan na sune dharma gyan sadai karama pashe bandhe na dekhi tarana lesha jate dekhi sabha klesha anatha katare deni kande. My destiny is very powerful. I am not able to hear the knowledge of spiritual life and I am always bound by the ropes of karma. I cannot see any way to escape my condition. I see only suffering. Helpless and stricken with grief, I cry. To express this helplessness, you spoke in Baltimore on July 7th, 1976. We are hankering after independence, but as long as we remain in this material world, there is no question of independence. So the intelligent man thinks, I want independence from so many things, but I am not independent. I am forced to accept them. Then where is my independence? When this question arises, then one is a human being. Otherwise, he is as good as cats and dogs who cannot inquire. When an animal is being sent to the slaughterhouse, he cannot say, why am I here? What have I done? Why are you sending me to the slaughterhouse? He cannot protest. Even if he protests, nobody hears him. Nobody hears. He protests by crying, by screaming. You have many times told this prison house example. Whether somebody is a demigod, human being, animal or resident of hell, he is simply a prisoner, maybe first class, second class or third class. I remember you cited these lines once spoken by His Divine Grace Sri Srimad Bhakti Siddhanta Goswami Maharaj. This material world is not a fit place to live for any gentleman. Even Arjuna also raised this point of helplessness of a person like me to Lord Shri Krishna in Bhagavad Gita. Atha kena prayuktoyam papam chariti purushaha anikshanapi varshaneya baladivan niyojitaha. Arjuna said, O descendant of Vrishni,
By what is one impelled to sinful acts, even unwillingly, as if engaged by force? Lord Krishna answers, it is lust only, Arjuna, which is born of contact with the material modes of passion and latter transformed into wrath, and which is all-devouring sinful enemy of the world. In the purport to this verse, you have actually revealed the real import of these lines. You have said, when a living entity comes in contact with the material creation, his eternal love for Krishna is transformed into lust in association with the modes of passion. Or in other words, the sense of love of God becomes transformed into lust as milk in contact with sour tamarind is transformed into yogurt. Then again, when lust is unsatisfied, it turns into wrath. Wrath is transformed into illusion, and illusion continues the material existence. Now a little further, you have revealed the prison break plan. The origin of everything is the Supreme Brahman. Therefore, the origin of lust is also in the Supreme. If therefore lust is transformed into love for the Supreme, or transformed into Krishna consciousness, or in other words, desiring everything for Krishna, then both lust and wrath can be spiritualized. Hanuman, the great servitor of Lord Rama, engaged his wrath upon his enemies for the satisfaction of the Lord. Therefore, lust and wrath, when they are employed in Krishna consciousness, become our friends instead of our enemies. But it is not natural for a living entity to desire everything for Krishna. For example, in the 10th canto Srimad Bhagavatam, the history of Yagnika Brahmana is mentioned. These Brahmanas were well versed in the Vedas. They were aware of the true position of Krishna. Once they were performing sacrifices, Lord Krishna and Balarama sent their friends to beg for some food. The Yagnika Brahmanas helplessly refused the order of the Lord. However, when the cowherd boys begged for food from the wives of the Brahmanas, they immediately packed everything that was meant for the sacrifice and rushed to the spot where Lord Krishna along with his friends were camping. Hence, simply knowing about the Lord is not sufficient. The wives of these Brahmanas had heard sufficiently about Lord Krishna from pure devotees. Hence, they could desire for Krishna. This was confirmed by Lord Krishna himself in 10th canto. Shravanat darshanat dhyanat mai bhavo anukirtanat na tata sannikarshena pratiyata tato grihan. It is by hearing about me, seeing my deity form, meditating upon me and chanting my names and glories that love for me develops, not by physical proximity. Therefore, please go back to your homes. You have mentioned in 4th canto 20th chapter in one of your purports, the process of hearing from a pure devotee is recommended in all Vedic literatures, especially by Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. One may stay in his position of life, it does not matter what it is. But if one hears from the mouth of a pure devotee, he gradually comes to the understanding of his relationship with the Lord and thus engages in his loving service, and his life becomes completely perfect. Therefore, this process of hearing from the mouth of a pure devotee is very important for making progress in the line of a spiritual understanding. Srila Vishwanatha Chakravarti Thakura states, Anushravanam Gurur Ucharanam Anushruyante. One should hear about Krishna by hearing from a spiritual master. Such nectarine hearing and speaking destroys all contamination within the heart of a conditioned soul. You have mercifully repeated this point in 6th canto in one of your purports, referring to pastimes of Chitraketu. Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's secretary also advised that one learn the history of Srimad Bhagavatam from a devotee. Iha Bhagavata Pada Vaishnavera Sthane. One should hear the statements of Srimad Bhagavatam. One should not hear the statements of Srimad Bhagavatam from professional reciters, or else they will not be effective. Now I can relate why every day I sing these lines to you. Guru Mukha Padma Vakya Chitete Kariya Akya Arana Kori Ho Moner Asha. I shall purify my consciousness from the words emanating from the lotus feet of my spiritual master. Hence I submit this humble prayer to your lotus feet. Please give me the taste to hear from you again and again, so that I may come to the platform of favorable service to your devotees. Your fallen servant Param Purush Dasa.
Jaya Prabhupada, Jaya Prabhupada.
Next we'll have Guru Puja for Srila
Jaya
Prabhupada. Request all devotees to stand up for Guru Puja.
Jaya Prabhupada, Jaya Prabhupada, Prabhupada, Jaya Prabhupada. Jaya Jaya Prabhupada, 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 Prabhupada. Jaya Jaya Prabhupada, 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 Prabhupada. Jaya Jaya Prabhupada, 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 Prabhupada. Jaya Prabhupada, Jaya Prabhupada, Prabhupada, Jaya Prabhupada, Jaya Prabhupada, Jaya Prabhupada. Prabhupada, Jaya Prabhupada, 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 Vishwa Guru Srila Prabhupada, Jagat Guru Srila Prabhupada, Guru Deva Srila Prabhupada, Guru Deva Srila Prabhupada, Guru Deva Srila Prabhupada, Guru Deva Srila Prabhupada. Jaya Jaya Prabhupada, 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 Prabhupada. Jaya Jaya Prabhupada, Prabhupada, Prabhupada. Jaya Jaya Prabhupada. Jaya Jaya Gurudev Prabhupada, Gurudev Prabhupada. Jaya Jaya Gurudev Prabhupada, Gurudev. Jaya Jaya Prabhupada. Shri Guru Charana Padma Keval Bhakti Sadma. 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 Bando moy savadana mate, Bando moy savadana mate, Bando moy savadana mate, Bando moy savadana mate. Jar prasade bhai bab toriya jai. Jar prasade bhai bab toriya jai. Krishna prapti hoy jaha hoite, Krishna prapti hoy jaha hoite, Krishna prapti hoy jaha hoite, Krishna prapti hoy jaha hoite. Guru Mukha Padma Vakya Ite Koriya Kya. Guru Mukha Padma Vakya Ite Koriya Kya. Guru Mukha Padma Vakya Ite Koriya Kya. Guru Mukha
श्री गुरु चरणे रति ऐसे उत्तम गति 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 श्री प्रसादे पूरे सर्वाचार प्रसाद पूरे सर्वाचार प्रसाद पूरे सर्वाचार प्रसाद पूरे सर्वाचार सत्सुदान दिलो जय जन्म जन्म प्रभु से 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 दिव्य ज्ञान हृदय प्रकाशित दिव्य ज्ञान हृदय प्रकाशित दिव्य ज्ञान हृदय प्रकाशित दिव्य ज्ञान हृदय प्रकाशित प्रेम भक्ति जहाँ होते अविद्या विनाशा जयते 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 फिर गाय जहाँ रचरित फिर गाय जहाँ रचरित फिर गाय जहाँ रचरित फिर गाय जहाँ रचरित श्री गुरु करुणा सिंधु आधम जनर बंधु 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 लोकनाथ लोकेरा जीवाना लोकनाथ लोकेरा जीवाना लोकनाथ लोकेरा जीवाना लोकनाथ लोकेरा जीवाना महाप्रभु करो दया देह मोरे पद छाया 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 प्रभुपाद करो दया देह मोरे पद छाया प्रभुपाद करो दया देह मोरे पद छाया हे बेजाय सुश्री भुवाना हे बेजाय सुश्री भुवाना हे बेजाय सुश्री भुवाना हे बेजाय सुश्री भुवाना प्रभुपाद पतित पवना प्रभुपाद पतित पवना जय गुरुदेवा शिला प्रभुपरा गुरुदेवा शिला प्रभुपरा जय गुरुदेवा शिला प्रभुपदा गुरुदेवा शिला प्रभुपदा जय विश्वगुरु शिला प्रभुपदा विश्वगुरु जय प्रभुपदा जय विश्वगुरु शिला प्रभुपदा विश्वगुरु शिला प्रभुपदा जय जय प्रभुपाद 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 जय जय प्रभुपाद 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 जय जय प्रभुपाद नमो विष्णुपदाय कृष्णप्रेष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्ति वेदांत स्वामी निति नामिने नमः विष्णुपदाय कृष्णप्रेष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्ति वेदांत स्वामी निति नामिने नमस्ते सरस्वती देवे गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे निर्विशेषा शून्यवादी पाश्चात्यादेशतारिणे
नमस्ते सरस्वती देवे गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे निर्विशेषा शून्यवादी पाश्चात्यादेशतारिणे
जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर शिवासादि गौरा भक्तवृंद
श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद जय श्रीला प्रभुपाद गदाधर शिवासादि गौरा भक्तवृंद
जय प्रभुपादा जय प्रभुपादा प्रभुपादा जय प्रभुपादा
जय प्रभुपादा जय प्रभुपादा प्रभुपादा जय प्रभुपादा
जय जय गुरुदेव प्रभुपाद गुरुदेव प्रभुपाद
जय जय गुरुदेव प्रभुपाद गुरुदेव प्रभुपाद
Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Rama
Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama
Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare Hare Nitai Gauranga 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 Nitai 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 Gauranga Gaura Hari Nitai Gauranga Gaura Hari Nitai Gauranga Gaura Hari Nitai Gauranga Gaura Hari Gaura 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 Hari Gaura 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 Hari Gaura 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 Hari Gaura 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 Hari Sachi Mata Pranadana Gaura Hari Sachi Mata Pranadana Gaura Hari Nadya Bihari Gaura Hari Nadya Bihari Gaura Hari Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Rama
Balaram, Krishna Balaram, Krishna Balaram, Jaya Krishna Balaram, Jaya Krishna Balaram, Krishna Balaram, Krishna Balaram, Jaya Krishna Balaram, Jaya Gaura Nitai, Jaya Gaura Nitai, Gaura Nitai, Jaya Gaura Nitai, Jaya Gaura Nitai, Jaya Gaura Nitai, Gaura Nitai, Jaya Gaura Nitai, Jaya Jaya Prabhupada, 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 Jaya Jaya Prabhupada, 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 Jaya Jaya Prabhupada, 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 Jai Srila 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 Prabhupada, Jaya Prabhupada, 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 Jaya Prabhupada, Jaya Prabhupada, 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 Jaya Prabhupada, Jaya Guru Deva Srila Prabhupada, Guru Deva Srila Prabhupada, Jaya Guru Deva Srila Prabhupada, Guru Deva Srila Prabhupada, Jaya Vishwa Guru Srila Prabhupada, Vishwa Guru Srila Prabhupada, Jaya Vishwa Guru Srila Prabhupada, Vishwa Guru Srila Prabhupada, Jaya Jaya Prabhupada, 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 Jaya Jaya Prabhupada, 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 Jaya Jaya Prabhupada, Nitai Gaur Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Nitai Gaur Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Nitai Gaur Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Nitai Gaur Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Nitai Gaur Hari Bol. Vishwa Guru Srila Prabhupada ki
Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Jai Vishnupada Paramahansa Parivrajaka Ashtottara Shri Srimad His Divine Grace Vishwaguru Abhay Charana Ravinda Bhakti Vedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada ki jai. ISKCON BBD Founder-Acharya Vishwaguru Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Savior of the whole universe Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Our beloved spiritual master Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Patit Pavan Jagat Guru Srila Prabhupada ki jai. ISKCON Diksha Guru Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Jai Vishnupada Paramahansa Parivrajaka Ashtottara Shri Srimad His Divine Grace Srila Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Goswami Maharaj ki jai. Ananta Koti Vaishnav Vrinda ki jai. प्रेम से कहो श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौर भक्त वृंद की जय। श्री श्री राधा कृष्ण गोप गोपनाथ श्याम कुंड राधा कुंड गिरि गोवर्धन की जय। गंगा माई यमुना माई की जय। वृंद देवी तुलसी महारानी की जय। गोकुल द्वारका धाम की जय। नवद्वीप मायपुर धाम की जय। व्रजभूमि श्री वृंदावन धाम की जय। दक्षिण द्वारका धाम की जय। श्री श्री कृष्ण रुक्मिणी सत्यभामा की जय। श्री श्री कृष्ण बलराम की जय। श्री श्री गौर निताय की जय। हरे कृष्ण महामंत्र की जय। हरिनाम संकीर्तन महायज्ञ की जय। समवेत गौर भक्त वृंद की जय। विश्वगुरु श्रील प्रभुपाद की जय। श्रील प्रभुपाद व्यास पूजा महामहोत्सव की जय। Savior of the whole world, Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Savior of the whole universe, Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Patit Pavan Jagat Guru, Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Our beloved spiritual master, Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Nitai Gaur Premanande, Nitai Gaur Premanande, Nitai Gaur Premanande. All glories to the assembled devotees. All glories to the assembled devotees. All glories to the assembled devotees. All glories to Vishwaguru Srila Prabhupada. Srila Prabhupada ki jai.
Hare Krishna. All devotees, the Prasadam coupon is available outside the volunteer desk. Kindly collect your Prasadam.
And all of you had darshan of all the wonderful prasadam which had been offered to Prabhupada. All of you had darshan? Yes? Okay, prasadam ho gaya. All of you can go.